Ladies and gentlemen, the Beekeeper is on the line in the Sheely Collection Corvette. We're ready for the king of the desert shootout. This is your pro class. Giddy up. Let's get them rolling. Here we go, the pro class, and Eric Sheely in the 1972 Corvette. Eric's personal best is 25 and chasing. Comes across that line. 25,755. There we go. From Eric Sheely to 72 to Mike Meyer in a 72, back-to-back 72 Corvettes here in the pro class. The time Mike needs to beat is 25,755. He comes across the line. 25,513. Mike moves on. 25,513. Mike will move on. Eric, congratulations on making that shootout. Karen Leesinger on the line, the Summit Racing Corvette 1985. Karen comes across that finish line with the time.
26,855.
26,855. In that car. Can he put it down? He needs to be 26,855. He comes across the line.
25,446.
Giddy up. 25,446. Bob moves on. Right? Midwest, West.
Ohio, Midwest.
Two C3 Corvettes going at it in the King of the Desert Shootout here in Scottsdale. Mike's personal best is 25 and change. He comes across that line.
25,712.
25,712 for Mike. Who is it? Mike plus one. That's a 27,712. I don't think he's at a cone this year. Right?
Penalty of 27.
Amazing, right?
7,712. Burns was the last lap of 5-4.
He needs to be 27,712. Comes across the line.
25,847.
25,847. Bob is your winner. The pro class. 25 what? 847. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your street machine class. Keith Corrigan behind the wheel at 55. T-Bird, his personal best is 26,458.
28,438.
28,438. A Thunderbird against a Corvette. Who you got, Timmy?
I'm going to take Ken on this one. It wasn't good. You have to LS
And always got to be the 28. Comes across.
26,440.
26,440. Can you?
Keith Corrigan is done. With the team coming up next, Ford Quick in the four-point sprint machine category. And again, driven 1,800 miles to this event.
Personal best 26,778 comes across. 26,619. 26,619 for Richard. Andrew Chenoweth, Summit Racing Corvette. One of the Summit Racing Corvettes. Andrew comes across that finish line. He needs to be 26.619.
25.583.
And he did it. 25.583 for Andrew.
Easy is done for your final pair in the 4-time finishing class. Ken Yo coming to the lead.
26.086.
26.086 for Ken Yo. Good fast lap for Ken going up against Andrew Chenoweth in the 84 Corvette. 65 versus an 84. The time he needs to be is 26.086. Andrew Chenoweth in the Summit Racing Corvette. This is your Street Machine.
26.038.
038 by just a little bit. Andrew Chenoweth is your Street Machine winner.
Hundredths of a second. Hundredths of a second. Hundredths of a second. Andrew Chenoweth takes King of the Desert back to South Dakota.
That's right. Back-to-back Sports Car Series champion. Driving to the bed. I think so. Her personal best is 27.339. Comes across the line.
27.275.
Personal best 27.275. Way to put it down when we need to. That's why she's the Sports Car Series points champion. From Valerie to Jared Cash. He needs to be 27.275 to move on. Jared comes across the line.
26.677.
26.677. Jared moves on.
Valerie is done. Your two-time Sports Car Championship. But does not take the title in the King of the Desert.
Tim Molson's driving to get a bye.
Championship round.
Oh, Tim got a cone. That's not a good thing. He comes across that line.
Good thing that was just a bye run.
26.323.
Maybe he hopefully gets the cones out of his system on that bye run.
That's
Somebody figured out that.
28.323. Jared Cash is off, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Sports Car Championship, King of the Desert. Jared comes across that finish line with the time of
27.265.
27.265. 27.265 for Jared. Tim Olson on the line, getting ready to roll. It needs to be 27.265.
26.738.
26.738 is a 28. Jared Cash is your winner. Kenny Neubauer, the truck class coming up. This is your King of the Desert trucks, baby. Kenny's personal best, 29.039. Looking for that 28. Kenny comes across that line. 28.619. 28.619 for Kenny. Chris Osborne on the line to that step side. Chris has got to beat a 28.619. He comes across that finish line.
28.461.
Ooh, 461 is going to beat a 28.461. Chris moves on. In that good-looking root beer fleet side. Pat comes across that line with a time of
26.925.
26, what is it?
925.
925 and a possible, we'll see, from Pat Shealy to David Carroll. It's clean, good. David Carroll on the line. 74 plates so far. Winter LT. David's personal best is 26 with an 8. He comes across that line.
26.839.
26.839 for David Carroll. Eric Shealy, the keeper of bees in the Shealy collection, 1970 C10. Eric's personal best is 26.614 in the little black truck.
26.776.
26.776 for Eric. Pat Shealy, the patriarch of the Shealy collection in the truck class, that fleet side, 1959. 400. Pat's personal best in this little brown truck, 26.925. He comes across that finish line.
27.086.
27.086 for Pat. From Pat Shealy and the Apache to David Carroll in the Laser. The time David needs to beat is 27.086.
26.635.
26.635 for David. Pat, congratulations on making the shootout. David Carroll moves on. Chris Osborne on the line, a little step side, and then Eric Shealy. Chris's best is 27 and change.
27.511.
27.511 for Chris Osborne. 27.511. Chris Osborne up against the beekeeper Eric Shealy. He's got bats in the back of this thing. I had no idea. He's like Dracula, the vampire. Eric needs to be 27.511. He comes across that line.
26.648.
26.648 is going to do it. And a +1, that's 28. A +1, Chris will move on. Goodness gracious, Eric just took himself out. Chris up against David Carroll. David Carroll coming across that finish line. 26.768 for David Carroll up against Chris Osborne, that little step side. This is your truck class, king of the desert, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Sue.
The time Chris needs to beat is 26.786 to take the king of the desert truck class. He comes across the line.
27.379.
27.379. David Carroll is your truck class winner. 27.379. Second. First place. There you go. There we go. This is your Pro X class. Greg Thurman, 65 bets. Chad Everett in the Shealy Collection Daytona Tribute. Chad comes across that finish line with a time of
26.950.
26.950. And some of you may be asking yourself, Self, what is this truck doing up here? Well, I'll tell you what, he didn't qualify for truck class, he's Pro X. It's the way it works. Dustin Morrow in that 65 Dodge D100. Dustin's personal best, 27.146. He comes across that line.
27.999.
27.999. Cronin on that line. 72 Corvette, packing a 355 cubic inch small block. Will with this race. Casey needs to be 27,999. He comes across that line.
27,068.
27,068. Casey moves on. Dustin, congratulations on making the shootout. Casey moves on. And Josh Leesinger in the Summit Racing Corvette. Josh comes across that finish line.
25,988.
25,988. From Josh Leesinger to Greg Thurman. From a 64 to a 65 Corvette. Chad needs to be 26,773. He comes across the line.
25,851.
25,851. Chad moves on. Greg, congratulations on making the King of the Desert Shootout. Casey Cronin on the line, that 72 Corvette.
Still standing today in the shootout.
How do you like that? Casey comes across that finish line.
26,370.
26,370 for Casey Cronin. And the sound of silence. I don't hear 500 cubic inches of Warren Johnson anger perpetuating through. There it is. That's the American anthem right there.
I was just gonna say that. You know what that sound is? That's American.
It's American.
No, sorry, that's a big block Chevy.
Yeah, with a capital.
Or a Hemi.
Or a Hemi, all right, yeah. This is still a bad to the bone.
Does anybody realize we had no boat parks coming today?
Holy right! Unbelievable.
No boat parks.
And then the desert is all apart. The time Josh needs to beat is 26,370. Josh comes across the line.
25,096.
25,096. Josh moves on. Casey, congratulations on making the shootout. It's Chad Everett in the Daytona Tribute up against Josh Leesinger in the Summit Racing Corvette. The Shealy Collection Daytona versus Summit Racing Corvette.
The Daytona Ford powered.
It says it's a 289, but you never know.
Yeah, you can't trust drivers.
I can't trust Chad as far as I can
Especially
throw.
the Shealy guy.
Yeah. Chad comes across that finish line.
26,316.
26,316 for Chad Everett. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your King of the Desert Shootout. He needs to be 26,316. Josh comes across the line.
25,362.
25,362. Josh Leesinger is your winner.
So we've had
Uh-oh. What's going on? What's happening out here? Thanks for coming along. King of the Desert. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your king of the desert, Good Guys. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Adios, amigos.